Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to episode number 28 of our Let's Play series in Grand Tactician, the Civil War, a new strategy and tactical war game that has just come out of early access by Oliver Keppelmuller. It is a game that allows you to play as either the Union or the Confederates during the American Civil War, where you control basically all aspects of the war. You issue domestic policies, you raise troops, equip them with weapons, and you assign commanders to armies. And then when those commanders lead their armies into battle, you get the opportunity to fight those battles on a tactical map. As I said, this is episode number 28 in this series, taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel from a couple of days ago. We've just fought a battle near Manassas, which was fought near a ford, and the enemy just kind of kept racing troops across a very narrow ford, and we kind of stacked the bodies up and won a pretty convincing victory, although it wasn't without some blood on our own end. We had a couple of brigades that were pretty badly shot up. But yeah, that's where we're picking things up. We have taken Knoxville from the Confederates with General Ulysses S. Grant. We've taken Nashville with General Bull Sumner, and we are in the process of getting ready to advance in Virginia. We've just built the Army of the Potomac into a multi-corps institution, but we're waiting for those forces to concentrate, and that's where we're picking things up from this live stream. Yeah, we'll move Buell. Wait, they're retreating through my lines? How does that work? That's annoying to say the least. I'll back up the valley. All right, so we're going to have a battle in Missouri between the Missouri State Guard and the Department of the West. Larger battle than we've had before, but this is a fight in southern Missouri. Roughly equal forces. Well, that's what we did, Twitch. We did go ahead and went with the breadbasket policy, I think. Or did we do money? I don't remember. All right, so we are on the defensive. The objectives are Skag and Oak Hill. The enemy will be coming on the map in the southern portion of the map. Wow, these are some really high elevations on this map. Like, these are huge hills with clear open fields of fire. Get me down here. I want to use these woods. The enemy's going to be there. Let's put Nathaniel Lyons' brigade in line, or division in line. Churchill's division in line. We'll put one division here, one division here. The artillery on the flank there. How far can they shoot? Yeah. Okay, I want you guys to deploy here. And then we'll move Zook down here to scout. We'll get going. Yeah, this is some awesome elevation, the enemy. And we've got a little bit of cover with trees. Without having trenches, this is a pretty sick setup. Nice cap. Yeah. Yeah, I could use some work. Question is that's the only place I saw on the map where they could be coming on the map. So where are they at? There they are. Zook, you found them. 4 brigades coming out of the woods. Don't do anything rash now. Pull back. Look there. The glint of bayonets. The Rebs are forming for an attack. All right, let's pause. Actually, first let's get these guys into position. Okay. Breastworks, boys. Oh, no. I didn't want you to... I assumed eventually it would just not build it. Let's put you guys behind some breastworks also. I didn't order Casey's brigade to move over there, just these guys. Okay. Sounds like my cavalry must be engaged. I should go take a look in a sec. Just cut all those trees down and build yourself some nice entrenchments. Yeah, he's getting shot at by skirmishers. Well, good job finding them. Maybe they'll get out ahead of their own formations and you can cavalry charge them to death. They're coming up the road. All right, Zook, fall back a little bit more. Let the enemy come to us. Don't dissuade them from their decision to attack. Here they come, rebels. Here they come. Here they come, rebels. Here they come. Ooh. Our guns have opened up on them. Okay. And our troops are ready. I think. Anyway. Some of them anyway. To take position behind these entrenchments. Rebs are coming up 3 brigades wide. 4th brigade swinging out, so they are forming up for an attack. My guns are firing on them, my 3-inch Horde rifles. My Napoleons are not in range yet. Pull back, cavalry. Don't get yourself shot to pieces. What guns do you guys have? Maniards? This would be different if you had sharps. Okay, so you're both behind breastworks. I guess we can go ahead and form this cavalry up over here on the flank to link these 2 divisions, now that we've got them in sight. So come get me, AI. No time to dig entrenchments there, though. Alright, meanwhile, all troops, you'll be ordered to open fire at long range. Issue the orders, General. We got a good old-fashioned open field fight with linear lines of troops in combat. This is Napoleon would be proud. Artillery doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. But our Napoleons have opened up now. These Napoleons are good for short-range work. All right, they're bringing up their other brigades. So we'll let them form up, speed things up a little bit. I need to take a closer look to see if artillery is particularly effective in terms of hurting the enemy morale. Are they just going to take position on this creek? I mean, they're bringing up the other brigade. Wormwood, thanks for the follow. Nope, they're coming up. Open up, boys! Pour it into them! And the trees erupted in flame and musketry. Silas Casey's brigade, 2nd Missouri, 1st Parsons Division of the Missouri State Guard, with Napoleons pouring close-range smoothbore shells and solid shot into them. Meanwhile, on the left, Clark's division and McBride's division and Slack's division are advancing on the 1st Missouri, the 2nd Brigade, and the other 2nd Brigade. Ah, but there's 2 2nd Brigades in the 2nd Division. That's not confusing at all. One of them under the command of William French and one under George Taylor. All right, these guys aren't going to last long. Parsons' boys are already blinking red. They're shifting to try and hit the artillery, it looks like. Meanwhile, this they may have a better chance at. They're attacking Zook's cavalry here, which do have Maynard carbines, which have a nice 12 round a minute rate. Wow, those are fast. But they also don't have a great range. So I suppose the enemy could outgun us there. Why are you not firing at these guys? I'm taking casualties in this battery of artillery and you're just sitting there. Pull back, guns. Don't get yourselves killed. Alright, so we did push Parsons' division back. 1st Missouri can swing their line over here and engage. We didn't lose any of those Ord rifles, but they did retreat per orders out of the line of fire. So they're going to open up back here, looks like. For whatever reason, they weren't. Maybe they were loading canister. I'm not sure. All right, now we can flank these guys. I don't think they have any artillery. I didn't see any. Double envelopment, lads. First Missouri Cavalry is taking the brunt of this, and they're probably going to get routed, overwhelmed. They've got over 600 casualties so far. Their carbines are keeping them in it, but so they're going to break that center brigade here, the cavalry, presumably. Retreat and don't rout, please. Trying to get them to retreat before they break. That way maybe they won't lose they won't take the morale hit, but they're going to push skirmishers out against us. The skirmishers got driven back, or at least they pulled back. But now the enemy is caught. They broke through the center. This is almost like some of those medieval battles you read about, or Roman battles where it's like the center retreats and it sucks the enemy in and then their flank is exposed for the line to collapse in on them, which is kind of what's happening here. Small Jock, thanks for the follow. Winnow Gamer, thank you for the follow. I don't think that artillery can fire from there. Probably be over before the guns can come up. Zook did a good job, and then he pulled out, and his troops just barely didn't break. This sort of lost resistance. If they'd gotten all the way to the right, they would have broken. So they came within the skin of their teeth of breaking. Meanwhile, John Pope's brigade is doing pretty well here. I'd like to extend the line down this way, but these two, you're firing into the rear of your men, I think. Taylor hasn't lost a man. Has he fired around though? 3 volleys, no casualties. Lawton's detachment is gone. So they are trying to rally. It looks like Parsons' division back here. It is 4 o'clock, so in theory, the battle lasts long enough into the night. It might be able to rally overnight. One-third of the unit gone. Damn right. That's not that unheard of in the Civil War. Clark's division is going to retreat into me. The enemy is retreating. Damn right there. Fixed bayonets in charge, boys. All of you. Every last one of you. They're gonna fire too, but you're gonna overwhelm them. It says they're retreating. Was there a pre-release? I mean, was there early access, Newhouser? Yes. The 2nd Brigade. Oh, man, that's a sweet-looking line just swinging down into the enemy. Slack's division's been hit in front and flank. Did I get a pre-release copy? I don't remember if I got a copy or if I bought it when it was in early access, but I didn't get anything before that. Come on, I want to try and wipe some of these brigades out. It would be great to force some of these guys to surrender. You know what we're gonna do? Mount up, boys, and charge. Hopefully you don't break. Chargey! Can I give him the spirited charge perk mid-charge? You guys are suddenly better at charging. I hope my cavalry doesn't rout. Let's move to ×2 speed here. Oh, they do have a battery of artillery. State Guard. It's their only coherent unit left. They've lost almost 50% in that unit, almost 50% in this unit. Unit over here has lost about 50%. So their army is in trouble. The first brigade that attacked on the right's the only one that I don't think lost more than 50%. $200 men versus 2,700 infantrymen. Granted, my troops are very, very tired. Probably not going to be the best fighters. I think one of these brigades, by the way, was destroyed now. You can see their flag is gone, but the troops are still there. Yep. McBride's division is wiped out. We captured 1,400 men, and the rest are casualties. Hell yes. This brigade is melting away as well. $255 men left. I think the battle's gonna end. Oh no, I think I got them too. So I think we wiped out 2 full enemy brigades and they only had 4 in the fight. This is a major federal victory. Hell yes. We're about an hour ahead of the YouTube series, Santos. So I've aired everything on YouTube that's been recorded before tonight. So you can see here, we lost about 1,000 of our 11,000 infantry, about 800 of our 2,300 cavalry, and 4 guns. But we inflicted 7,000 out of 11,000 infantry casualties and all 15 guns. So the enemy army lost better than 50%. A decisive victory, a major federal victory, securing Missouri for the Union. Yeah, Extra Chris, they partnered with Lionheart or Lion Filmworks or whatever that company is that does like reenacting films for documentaries and other things like that. So that's definitely one of the most well done production aspects of the game. Thanks for the follow, Yuko. All right, so a federal major victory. Okay, the enemy has reportedly suffered a total of 7,200 men, 844 killed, 1,390 captured. So that's about 2,000 men permanently removed from their ranks, plus whoever deserted. 5,000 guns captured. So of their entire army, we captured half their rifles and 7 artillery pieces from the battlefield. A major victory for the Department of the West. William Harney is legendary. You can see the commander is legendary in terms of his skills. He probably should be promoted to a higher rank or something, but thanks for the follow, Stig Gaming. Appreciate the support. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't pursue them a little bit, maybe give them some additional casualties. You can see their army's down to 3,900 troops and 1,100 casualties. So that means of the 11,000 men they brought to battle, about 6,000 were permanently lost. All right, so this depot is ours. That should let us resupply here. Let's go ahead and upgrade that thing. And maybe the time is right for an invasion of Arkansas. Kentucky. Did we take Corinth? No, that's Murfreesboro. So we haven't taken Pulaski or Waynesboro yet. Charlotte is ours. Athens and Chattanooga are not ours yet. One thing I wish the game did was a better job of like making a big deal about taking key strategic cities. Because that's definitely a thing that should be reflected. in the game. Meanwhile, the Army of the Potomac's just chilling while we advance all through Virginia here. So the Army of the Northwest is going to advance against us as well. It's like they took the entire Confederate Army and moved it to Virginia. Maybe not the best idea, boys. Going to send 28,000 men under Patterson here to support the left flank or right flank of David Hunter's corps. Hampton's division is 11,000 men. The Army of the Ohio's kind of boxed them in. Okay. Confederate national morale's down to 53%. Their men fielded is tanking. They were at a high of, I think, around 120,000 at one point. They're down to 81,000. We're at 204,000. Total casualties for the Confederates are nearing 100,000, less than 50,000 Union. Federals apparently only have a slight advantage. Feels like more than that, but... Yeah, it's based, I mean, I guess it hasn't changed who's in command since 1861 in Fort Sumter. Don Carlos Buell's fighting 11,000 men under Hampton. I don't really want to fight that battle. We outnumber most 4-1, so I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward. I'm assuming we'll win. And then we will fight David Hunter versus the Army of the Northwest. How many units of low morale? 4 brigades? Half my troops? Really? Okay. Why is that? Another battle at Manassas, boys. Never get tired of them, huh? Okay. So who has low morale? Keyes Division? We are on the offensive. We have to take Matthews Hill and Stone Bridge. We start off to the southwest. I don't want to attack across this river. So we will deploy on the southern side of Bull Run and move up through New Market. Oh, and look, here's the enemy. We've already detected them. All right, we'll put Hunt's guns. Oh, I can't base them that far out. Huh. All right, these are 24-pound howitzers, 3-inch Ord rifles. Okay. Shank, you'll deploy in line. Keyes, since your troops are not in great shape, we'll just put you in front of the artillery to guard it. And then we'll take Buford's artillery and also put it up on this hill. Can we detach them? I don't know if they detach or not. Buford, form up in a single line. Oh, yeah, they detached. So we'll have Shank attack from... Don't we have 3 divisions? No, we only have 2 divisions. That's right. Oh, shit. I don't want to put more than 1 brigade guarding this. That takes too much offensive power out. So we'll have Buchanan's division with their 2,100 troops detach. And we'll take Key's 2 attached brigades and move them south to join the attack. Buford can guard the flank. Okay. So, I'm assuming these guys can fight from there. 2nd New York, deploy here. So the objectives are nowhere near where the enemy deployed their troops, which I find interesting. But I'm not complaining. I guess we'll just move these guns up to be a little bit closer. And then again, we've got the 1 brigade guarding them. They'll still be on the lip of that ridge, so they'll have the advantage of the high ground. Okay. Meanwhile, Buford, you're going to move around here. Keys, you're going to move onto the flank here. And Shank, you're going to move there. All right, boys, get moving. Let's flank these bastards. At least get them out of their entrenchments so we can fight them in the open. Oh, don't do that. I don't want you way up there. What are you doing? I did not. Halt. Fucking A. They instantly obey orders, but they won't change their orders right away. Alright, are they firing? They are. I just want them to take out the damn enemy guns. Would it be funny if I ran into a rebel ambush? I hope not. All right, let's get these troops into position so that we can flank the enemy. Because entrenchments give a huge advantage. What are you guys doing? Don't deploy that far forward. 6 casualties already. Alright, so you're still getting shot at and taking some losses. Oh, no. Oh, I guess you just have to move forward a little bit. So we are losing this artillery duel pretty badly. I guess we are in the open and they're in trenches. Alright, infantry move forward here. Buford, I'm going to have you guys move forward here. And we're going to dismount you at some point. Okay, so the enemy guns are being, I don't know if they're being driven off or they're pulling back. Let's go ahead and deploy. Let's move this down to ×2. Deploy skirmisher. Let's deploy skirmishers for the whole division. Oops. Okay, skirmishers, you're going to move forward here to pin the enemy in their trenches so that we can flank them. Where are you guys going, 3rd Ohio? You're gonna get yourself killed, aren't you? Well, the enemy is pulling back. So we outflanked them, and it looks like they have withdrawn a little bit. 20 losses. The gun's still firing. Those guns aren't. So we've outflanked their trenches. No, our plan was perfect. Yes, yes. I think one of the things I really like about this game is the way that skirmishers, yeah. I think one of the things I really like about this game is the way that the game handles the ability. It really gives you a really kind of unique, in this type of genre, ability to move. It's almost more like operationally. I guess you could say it's tactical, but these maps are so big. Battles are more like operations than they are like just a single tactical battle. So you have a lot of freedom of movement in the battlefield. I think part of the problem is with the game is that the AI doesn't know how to manage that. And so it turns into, we picked a fixed position that might actually be a sound position behind a fort in good high ground to defend, but the AI doesn't know how to handle when you outflank them. Like they refuse lines in like an individual tactical sense. But like if you move around their entire defensive position, they don't really know how to stop you from doing that. And so it leads to a lot of these kind of situations where it's like, all right, well, the enemy has a defensive position here, and we just like at the opening of the battle completely outflanked it. So you're getting a little bit disheveled. I guess recall the skirmishers at this point. There's no point in having them out that way. Like, we've just completely unbuckled the entire enemy position out of all these trenches with almost no losses. And now the enemy has no formed up line to be able to not die. So they're just completely flanked. What I think the AI should have done was pull troops from their left and move them over to their right to form a line to receive us. But I'm not sure that would have worked. Would have resulted in a bloody little fight, though. Keep pushing, boys. The thing is, while we have turned them out of their position, we haven't really beaten them yet. They haven't lost that many men. I guess Loring's brigade's lost over 500, but that seems to be the exception. I'm wondering if we didn't have troops to their front over this way, if maybe they would have been better about refusing their line. Poor Loring. Poor Loring just got lit up by like 4 brigade volleys simultaneously. Well, once again, the brilliance of the Army of the Potomac is on display, and the futility of the rebel cause is likewise. Oh shit, they've got more men up here. Granted, their trenches are facing the wrong direction, but they've got 3 brigades up here. Gosh, cavalry, do a better job scouting that out. Let's go hit Cheatham's brigade. They're in entrenchments, though, it says. So they may be bloodier minded. I am bringing up the 2nd New York. You know what? Let's also bring up Hunt. his guns up. Cheatham's not losing too many men yet. They're not really cut off though. They're just on the other side of the ford. Slocum. Oh shit, he's shooting at my cavalry. I don't have the range. Why would you retreat over there? I didn't want you to do that. Pretty sure I... Whatever. They've got the high ground, so they got much better range. Go engage Slocum's brigade with your carbines. Cheatham is being... Oh, good. Thank God. He's only lost like 200 men, but he doesn't, I guess, have the stomach for a fight. First Massachusetts going toe-to-toe with Slocum's brigade of infantry. They've got the advantage of elevation. We've got the advantage of 9 rounds a minute. Go ahead and engage Hood's brigade. Alright, move these troops up, boys. Keep pressing. Press on! Press on! Slocum's brigade. They gave worse than they got. They inflicted 200 casualties on my cavalry for 100 losses so far. Oh, and they just intelligently pulled just out of the range of our carbines. We're also exposed to Hood's flank. Artillery is still firing on someone. I'm trying to bring the other guns across. Garfield, send your boys in. Fix your bayonets and go. Same for you, Ord. Both of you have good melee skills. Maybe we'll destroy Cheatham's brigade. Or maybe we'll get 2 of our brigades wrecked. We'll see. Nope, we destroyed him. He broke completely. Wiped out. Cheatham's brigade's wiped out. 1,100 captured. Alright, my cavalry is doing a lot of dying here. Facing up against Slocum's brigade. Casualties are about even. We've got 2 brigades firing into them front and flank. But Slocum's infantry have better ranged weapons. How about you shoot? I don't know what you're doing there. But it ain't much. Also, why are you only like 20 men? Where are you guys volley firing? You can't reach anyone from there. Alright, those brigades are forming and ready to meet us, I guess. John Porter, your boys are... What does Cold Steel do? Spirited Charge. Mounted Rifles. Stormers. Cold Steel, boys. Alright, so Porter's gonna keep pursuing these guys. The Rebs appear to be pulling out of their trenches. great if Slocum broke so I could charge him and try and... Oh shit, who's wounded? Colonel Stone. Charles Stone. Is he the one who was like famously arrested for being basically not Republican enough? Get them, boys. Mount up and charge. All right, so those 3 enemy brigades didn't engage us yet. I don't think we engaged enough of the enemy army for this to be considered a decisive defeat for them. But we did capture 1,000 men, so that's nice. Yeah, it's based on the little bar up here, Twitch. When the bar goes all the way over to the left, it switches over to retreat phase. This will be a relatively short pursuit phase. I'm not sure. I think maybe the more, like, the worse shape the enemy army is in, maybe that influences how long you have to pursue them, but I could be wrong. I mean, they do have 3 completely unengaged brigades, and Hood's brigade's in fine shape over here, too. So that would be my assumption, because this is relatively short, whereas we had quite a bit of time in the Missouri battle where we nearly wiped out their army. But I could be wrong on that. Okay. So we will need to find a new commander for Stone's brigade while he's wounded. A victory there, a minor federal victory, but really, I mean, we inflicted almost 3-1 losses on them. 4,000 out of 14,000 troops and all 20 of their guns. We lost 2 guns out of 41, lost 1,500 men. Our cavalry lost disproportionately heavy, but Major General David Hunter is victorious yet again. If that Second Corps would ever get its ass out of New York and on trains and down here, then we could add another 20,000 men to the advance into Virginia. As it is, we're advancing mostly from the flank with Buell's boys and down the valley with Kielm's men. Extra Chris, thanks for the follow. It was about 20 minutes ago, but I do appreciate the support. All right, folks, they just keep coming at us at Manassas. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm still waiting to get my troops concentrated down. That Second Corps being formed in New York was so obnoxious because it's kind of put the entire Eastern Theater into a bit of hiatus, which is giving the enemy the opportunity to kind of constantly send troops forth and not really have any chance in a lot of these battles, but kind of just be kind of a nuisance. You know, I shared some of my thoughts in this battle about some areas where I think the AI is weak. I really like the ability to maneuver units around in a much larger map, but it does make it a lot harder on the AI than in a game like Grand Tactician, where everything's kind of, Ultimate General. Ultimate General's AI has the advantage that you're always fighting in the same places under the same objectives. There's no freedom of movement, and so you might have some flexibility to attack on a flank, but you can't like maneuver an army around a whole enemy army. Whereas in this game, it's much more like real life, where armies like can maneuver operationally and then decide where to fight based on how that maneuvering goes. The AI doesn't really know how to do that maneuvering, and so that's a major weakness. That being said, that's where we're going to wrap things up here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yet another battle at Manassas, on the Manassas battlefield, and I hope you guys stick around for the next one. But until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.